Well, what is your favorite holiday?
Well, I'd say my favorite holiday is Christmas.
Okay. And why is your favorite holiday Christmas?
It's the time of the year that everybody acts a little nicer towards each other, people a little bit more forgiving, and then there's always just this whole
Yeah, just the goodwill.
Yeah, the goodwill and Deacon's display.
Yeah, that must be, the main event. And
it is for me.
Yeah. So, finish this sentence. Christmas is, and what does that mean?
Christmas is family. And what I mean by Christmas is family, it's the one time a year that you tend to speak to people within your family and your friends that you may not talk to throughout the course of the rest of the year, but during the holiday season, you tend to be a little bit more outgoing in making contact with people, family and friends.
That's so true, and it's so unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah. Let's see. What was Christmas like when you were a child?
Christmas when I was a child was probably pretty basic, same as most kids growing up. I grew up here in the Valley. Both parents at home, a little brother who was 5 years younger than me. We did the basic family stuff, the trees, the lights. Santa Claus came at night, Christmas Eve, the whole normal Christmas. Like, I guess this we see the storybook. Nothing special. We had turkey for dinner. I did catch my parents one time putting my bike together, but but for the most part, it was a typical Christmas, I would say. Nothing special.
Okay, so nothing like this.
Nothing like this. No, my dad would put the lights around the gutters like everybody else, but back then, you didn't do stuff like this.
Yeah. What was your best Christmas gift in your whole life?
My best Christmas gift.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, as a kid, my racetracks. As a teenager, my bike. As an adult, my golf clubs and tools, stuff that my wife has got me. I'm an avid baker, and she always finds me something really cool for the kitchen. But I really don't have a favorite. Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a Christmas gift yet that I haven't liked.
And it's always the thought that counts.
It's always a thought that counts.
Even the socks are good.
I like socks. I love clothes, so clothes, socks, and shoes. I'm all over it.
Okay. What was one item that you always really wanted but never got?
I don't know. We always got pretty much whatever we wanted for Christmas. My brother and I never really asked for major league, extravagant items, so we were always pretty lucky to get most of everything we always wanted. So I really can't think of anything that I didn't get.
Yeah, no Christmas Story, like...
No Red Ryder, BB gun, no, nothing along those lines. No leg lamp, none of that kind of stuff. So I've been pretty lucky.
Okay. Would you say that Christmas has become too materialistic?
I would say really Christmas has become too materialistic. That was the one thing about coming down here and being part of this is not commercial in any way, shape, or form. To stand out here at night and greet the people, and especially on a busy night, it really gives you that Christmas spirit the way it's supposed to be. Not what you see in the mall or on the stores and on the TV. Being down here is probably, for me, one of the things that's actually saved Christmas for me, because I was getting to the point where I just didn't care about it anymore because it was so commercial. But this changed all that.
I mean, this is amazing, but do you ever get to the point, how many years have you been doing this now?
I've been doing this almost 12.
12 years, wow. I
started out doing paper mache, which I absolutely detested, but that's where the new guys go. My wife and daughter were here, we all do it. And then I've gradually worked my way up to where I do all the specialty wood cutting, and I'll stand in front of the chop saw all day and cut boards for them, which really makes it easy for the main construction guys, that they don't have to stop what they're doing, they can just call it that they need 5 boards at this length, and I'll cut them and give them to them, and it just helps construction and whatever else they ask me to do. I've done lights, I've done garland, I've done decorating. I arrange for Santa Claus to be here on certain nights. So I've done a little bit of everything here, which is kind of fun because it's never boring.
So there's kind of like a hierarchy, like people kind of start with like the lower jobs, like...
No, not really, but when you're new, we don't know what your skill level is, so you have to go where you're needed. In that particular time, paper mache was needed, and that's what we did, and we've been here long enough that we've actually not really kind of worked our way up, but have been established enough that we're actually on the design crew now. My wife and I both are, so because we have a lot of good ideas, and we've been here, for quite a long. Nowhere near John, David, Rod, or Russ, but we're next right behind them in the McGrogans. We're at the same. McGrogan started the same year we did.
So, now this is a year-long process, correct?
Yeah, kind of. After we take it down, we'll have it down before Easter. We don't meet again until the summer to discuss the following year, so we can brainstorm and put some ideas together. And then in the fall, probably a couple of weeks before we'll actually start construction, Deacon will get us all together, and then we'll go over what the plans are.
Okay.
So we do get some time off between takedown and the new one, but really with being on the design team, we're constantly looking at things, and when you're out in the stores or out in the public, oh, that'd be a good idea, or at a garage sale or flea market, oh, we can use this for next year, and we'll pick them up as we go along.
So you're constantly, coming up with new ideas for Christmas, design.
Along with what Deacon's themes are, yeah, I'm always thinking about it. If I see something, oh, that'd be cool if we're going to do this in this display, can we try this? You might see a barn out in the field somewhere, oh, we can make the gazebo into that, or we can make the driveway look like this. And Deacon has a pretty good idea of what he wants, but he gives us some leeway, some wiggle room if we come up with a good idea.
Do you ever get tired of Christmas? Do you just never?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because it's such an amazing thing, And it takes so much effort. How many people actually work on it here?
I think there's like 25 of us total. We're not always all here at the same time, but there's a lot of very dedicated, very talented people that put a lot of time and effort into making this for the public, which is so special because it's free. I've been on the bridge multiple times when proposals have gone off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of special. It's really a lot of fun. And like I said earlier, it really brings the spirit of Christmas to my heart.
Yeah. Now, you said that you do a lot of the construction. Can you point out a couple of the things that you help work on?
I build the bird cage that's up there. I help build the facade on the gazebo. I help cut the wood for all the buildings. The pond area, the decking around it, I helped with the decking around that. Helped decorate the emporium. And about the only thing I didn't have anything to do with was the coin toss, and that was Jim and Steve. I build if they need little fake tables made, I make all those. So it's just whatever they ask me to do.
Okay. Now what's your favorite part of the display? Because you worked on so much of it.
I really don't have a favorite part. I love the lights.
All of it?
The lights. I love the multi-lights above the bridge. That's always my favorite.
Yeah, I was looking at those earlier. Those are really,
That's always my
really
favorite.
Now, do you guys recycle a lot of the...
From what I've been told, about 80 to 90% gets recycled. We have done a prefab with the walls for the buildings now, so those are all done. We will put them away, and they'll be used again next year. The lights are all taken down and checked, and if they're fixable, they're fixed. The bodies and decorations are all used over and over and over again, so we're pretty green.
Okay.
With the exception of electricity, we're pretty green.
Yeah.
And even though with that, he's gone with the LEDs, so that's helping with the environment. So we're getting there.
So much for that carbon footprint, huh?
Yeah, well, it's got a little smaller.
Okay. Now, do you change the spot of the lights? Like you said that was always your favorite part, the multicolored lights above the...
I have nothing to do with the light design.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the light crew and Deacon, and what goes up where is up to him. And but I like it when he puts the multis above the bridge.
Yeah, it's really pretty. All of it's amazing, though. Let's see. If you could, sum up this whole experience in one word, what would that be?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Simply amazing.
It seems like such, a journey from start to finish. Just doing that for...
Well, with the crew, the main crew that's here, year in and year out, weekend and week out, we're like a family. I mean, there are people, we run into each other, during the off season, but during the Christmas season, we're all like brothers and sisters. And, David and Rod and Russ and John, myself, Jim and Steve, the Trip boys, I mean, everybody, we're all just one big happy family. And I guess Deacon would be our patriarch.
What do you think it is about Deacon Dave's that draws so many people here?
Because it's special. A lot, going back to the commercialism, you could drive around town in any community and see really nice light displays, but a lot of them are pretty gaudy and just tacky looking. You know, I even fall into that, you know, this is a Christmas vacation,
Yeah.
the Griswolds. You know, I even started doing that with my house. I've actually scaled back this year. But this is just someplace special. It's spiritual. And I'm not a religious person, but it's very spiritual because you can come here and you can walk through the display and it doesn't cost anything. You can go through time and time and time again. And it just, for a few minutes, just get away from the economy and the war in Iraq and gas prices being what they are and housing issues. Just for a few minutes, you can escape that. Even if it's just for that few minutes. That's better than nothing.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that you're not a very religious person, and Deacon Dave he's deacon.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with this?
We want the full story? Okay,
Yes.
we live around the corner, and we had moved into our house in the middle of November, right before Thanksgiving. So, we were scheduled to go down to my in-laws' house in Las Vegas for Thanksgiving. We just threw everything in the house, packed up the car, and went. Came back after Thanksgiving, and I just happened to be outside, and it was one of those nights that the clouds were kind of low, and they were doing the light test, which means all the lights were on.
Yeah.
Well, I saw this glow, and thought the lab was on fire.
Oh.
Livermore lab. Hopped in my car, don't know what I was going to do, but hopped in my car, bolted to the end of the street, and saw this. And I drove up and down the street for a while, and I went back to I go, you gotta see this. Came back, the lights were off.
Oh.
So a few weeks later after they opened, we came by and drove up and down the street like 5 times looking at it. And Deacon was out front, finally waved us in to come and see it. I think it was Christmas Around the World or Dickens Christmas, one of the two. And they had a clipboard to sign up to help, and we did, and we've been here ever since.
Wow.
And like I said, I live around the corner, so I can walk here if I want to work. And so
That's not a sign you're meant to do something. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
and it, it gave me the inspiration to put lights up on my house, which I used to do a lot more than I'm doing this year. We're hoping that after Christmas the LEDs will be on sale and I might switch over, but I'm kind of a traditionalist. I kind of like my C9s and my minis.
Yeah.
So, not best carbon footprint, but I don't run them that long, so.
I'm not there either, so. Now, you guys are like a family, and I hear that there are a lot of pranks that go on.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me about some?
Well, the best one, and you'll probably have to talk to David Haigh, but he and John were working on this gazebo one year, and I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. Deacon went down and bought like 50,000 boxes of lights. Well, if you look at the boxes of lights, they say indoor, outdoor. So John had one of the boxes in front of him and thought it would be funny to tell Deacon, these are all indoor lights. Well, when he said that, Deacon focused down on the word indoor, didn't see the word outdoor, and was just, in the total vapor lock. You have to ask David Haigh. He tells the story much better than I do. And then there was the story that the time when we put the hose underneath the hedge, let the water run for a little bit, and Tom said he hit the water main. We put up signs for backyard tours. One year we were going to put a Visa swipe box up front. So, and Russ has his traditional prank, but I'm not going to say what that is.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get Russ in trouble.
Okay, I hope it's nothing to do with like interviewer.
No. You're okay. You're safe.
Okay. Have there been any pranks that you want to do but haven't been able to do yet?
Not really. I let those guys get in trouble.
Okay.
I'm an Eagle Scout. I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, you're an Eagle Scout?
I'm an Eagle Scout.
Oh, okay.
No, so I guess you're always an Eagle Scout. You're always an Eagle Scout. But yeah, I'll let them do it. They have better pranks than I do.
Yeah, I tried the whole Girl Scout thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay, and to wrap it up, what is your fondest memory of working here?
Well, I would say playing Santa Claus, but I want that to be told. I guess the proposals and the little kids and working here on the nights that's really busy. We have a family tradition that we work Christmas Eve, and the line's usually pretty long, and you go up and down and talk to people, and they ask a lot of questions, and it's just, the whole thing is just what it's all about. And that's, I guess, my fondest memory is just everything, just being there.
Do you know how many proposals have actually said yes?
I haven't heard one that said no.
Oh, okay.
I don't know of any that have said no. And I've seen 3 or 4 personally.
Oh, okay.
I've actually been up there and was talking to a young man, and he said, "Hold on a second." He reached into his pocket, dropped to his knee, and proposed right then and there. So it's pretty special. So,
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.